things we look forward to, and maybe Professor Shastri, you can look at that, because the CSDS poll also, Rahul, suggests that high level of vote transferability between Congress, RJD and left. They're all transferring their votes to each other. It isn't happening as per the post poll of CSDS between JDU and the BJP, and that could become a critical factor. Am I right, Professor Shastri, that the possibility that you need a perfect alliance, you need votes to be transferred?
Rajdeep, you're perfectly right. The Lokniti data says that within the Gathbandhan, 3/4 vote transfer, whereas in the NDA alliance, especially in seats where JDU is contesting, there is not more than a 50% vote transfer from the BJP supporters. So I think this is a crucial factor. The Gathbandhan seems to do a more effective vote transfer as compared to the NDA. And this clearly shows that Nitish is not just fighting a battle with the other alliances. He seems to be having to fight a battle within his own alliance also.
Rahul, you wanted to make a point. Yes.
No, I think, see, both are possibilities. And you should be open at 8 a.m. that it can go in any direction. The possibilities are basically both partners of the alliance going down together, as well as one ally doing better compared to the other.
So you could have a situation where the BJP
as
does well.
As a pollster, I am open to surprises on the counting day, and everyone should be.
And then let's be clear, the BJP, JDU, LJP alliance then won 223 of the 243 assembly segments that went to the polls in the Lok Sabha. And Mr. Modi's popularity was among the highest that he had across the states of the country in Bihar.
Yeah,
so there is that factor.
Yeah, but lots have changed. The ground reality that obtained in 2019 is very different from what it is now. And theoretically, while it may be possible that one ally could do better than the other, politically, when there is so much of anger on the ground against the government, I think the other ally will also be collateral damage. It can't be that the BJP will do very well and JDU will sink. It won't happen. And conversely, in the opposition alliance, the others will also gain. The smaller allies will gain.
Yes, sir.
So, Rajdeep, quickly, I want to say one thing. If Tejasvi keeping Lalu Yadav out of the posters and banners is tactical omission, what about only Modi on BJP posters?
No, that's what I was coming to.
Yes.
That the writings on the wall, quite literally, if you look at the campaign posters, that reveal a story of sorts. I remember much before Corona also hit, the first poster that Nitish put out outside the JDU office was "Theeki to hai Nitish." It was such a laid-back kind of a thing, as if he is the only one and theeki hai. You don't expect much, you don't expect anything lower. So theeki hai karke, unhone, what they started off was something which was on a very lethargic pitch. Then thereafter it moved on. They tried to energize the base, but remember, neither Nitish contests nor some of the tall BJP leaders in that state contest elections. They all come in through the MLC route. So they were not understanding the pulse of the people. They were pretty much cocooned in their bungalows. Even if you remember the floods in Patna, and the way Sushil Modi was, his house was flooded, and he carried a bag and with his family came out on boats, were actually moved out of their houses, evacuated. But there was a sense of apathy towards the public's concern. And that is the build-up that happened around that flooding that happened last year.
It comes to chemistry versus arithmetic. You would look prima facie at 8-10, you would say arithmetic still with the BJP-led alliance, simply because of the wider social base. Chemistry is with the other side because they have been able to run a much more coordinated campaign, which is surprising for many people who think that the BJP at the end of the day is much more effective.
But can I flip that, Rajdeep, on its head and say, see what happened in Uttar Pradesh? If you've got the SP and the BSP together, you'd argue that the arithmetic is strongly on the side of the SP and the BSP. You've got the Yadavs, you've got the Muslims, and you've got the Dalits. But ultimately, it's chemistry that triumphs.
No, sir, Rahul, it can depend on. You need elements of both.
No, apart from that, it's the ground situation.
There are 110 seats in Bihar where Muslim Yadavs are more than 30%. So Tejasvi starts with an advantage in terms of his core base. The BJP has the wider social base because if you add EBCs, and the real test of Bihar is the 25% EBCs. Whoever gets a large chunk of the EBC vote wins an election. You've got Muslim Yadavs on one side, you've got the forward caste largely with the BJP. EBCs decide.
No, the arithmetic chemistry formulation also has a problem. People begin to think as if BJP and the NDA had arithmetic on their side, had chemistry. If you look at the chemistry chapter, you will find that the other side is an alliance of the left, which in itself is an alliance of the CPI, CPM and CPI-ML. Then on the other side, you also have the Congress party, which we don't want to give too much credit to. But remember, the RJDs worked very effectively to also park a lot of its trusted candidates, just the way the BJP's got a lot of them on the LJP side, on the Congress side. So you've got a lot of arithmetic on that side, and a lot of the EBCs and Dalits that you talk about, after the decline of the Congress, the EBCs and Dalits have also been picked up by the CPI-ML.
I'm not doubting that, and I think that, no, ma'am, I'm not doubting the fact that the left adds a certain number of votes. All I'm saying, traditional Bihar logic, and you can ask any Bihar politician over the last 20 years, has been that there are three forces now in Bihar. JDU with about 12 to 15% of the vote, BJP with a 20% plus vote, and RJD with a 20% plus vote. If two of the three come together, they should in normal circumstances win the election. That's what happened in 2010, that's what happened in 2015. In 2020, it could well be that chemistry is overwhelming that arithmetic because of the scale of anti-incumbency.
Yes.
And I think that is something to be seen. Therefore, I say chemistry versus arithmetic is an important factor.
Look, what we appear to be ignoring or not giving enough importance to is the groundswell of public anger against this government. For multiple reasons, apathy, the way Mr. Nitish Kumar became totally remote, inaccessible, and everybody will suffer. So therefore, look, every party wins the election till counting begins. So, and if